just knocked me off my feet. Yeah. Black chicken is loud. Good evening, America. How you doing? Welcome to the Blackout. This old school rounding first and heading for second. This is the Blackout. I'm your host, C Black. Thanks for tuning in on a Wednesday night, wherever you are. Always appreciate you. Viewership, always looking for more. Give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down. Either way, just a response will be appreciated. Tonight is open line, and we're live. So any concerns that you have, anything you want to discuss, call and we can kick it. We got a caller who's been on hold, so let's not be rude. And let's find out who we're talking to and where they're calling from. Caller, go ahead.
Hi.
How you doing? What's your first name?
Megan.
Megan, and you calling from where?
From Phoenix.
From Phoenix. Oh, okay. Appreciate it. We just left there.
Okay.
Megan, what's your concern tonight, or what you want to discuss?
Well, someone told me about this show, and I didn't know if there was already a topic ready, or it's just something that I kind of just discussed with you. I'm not sure. So I guess whatever I talk about is that, like, it has to be related to like this general, like, theme that you have with it, because you're talking about black men specifically.
Anything. If you want to talk about black men, black women, politics, it's open line. Anything that you like, I don't know about this, or anything. There's nothing.
I guess so. I do follow some social commentary on YouTube, and the most recent thing that I've been seeing is you know about the baby, the rapper. Have you heard about him and his recent drama with his latest baby mama? It's not really significant, not that part. But what's significant is people's response to what happened, especially young black people.
Go ahead. Give me the full drop on it. So catch me up to speed. What exactly happened?
So with the baby, his current, well, they're not together anymore, but his latest baby mama, her name is Danny Lay, and she recently got kicked out of his house because he kicked her out because they've been having problems. I'm not sure. I don't really know the exact details on why they broke up, but that's that. When they first started, their relationship, she's a lighter skinned woman, and she made a song called Yellowbone, and it was kind of in response to his other baby mamas that were darker skinned, more of like his complexion. And she basically was trying to say, I'm better than you guys because I am lighter skinned. And I mean, that's literally what she was saying in the song. The song didn't do too well, obviously, because people are like, well, this is kind of like, this is very specific, and it's just weird, So the song wasn't well received, but people remembered that. But they stayed together, and then now people are bringing that back, and they're saying, oh, okay, so you guys broke up, he kicked you out, you have a 3-month-old baby, which is his, and he still decided, okay, let me kick you out of my house for whatever reason that they were fighting. So it's just really interesting, that dynamic. And there's some black men that are saying, wow, like this just looks really bad. I know everybody doesn't know the full story, but a lot of black men are saying this is really bad. Like, he probably shouldn't have done that. And the black men that are saying that, they're getting called simps, which is
they're getting called. I'm sorry, they're getting called what again?
Simps, like SIMP.
Oh, okay.
And that term, I guess I just wanted to discuss that term because it's just interesting to me when it seems like when a guy is showing decent or good character or showing that he has a heart, it comes off to other men as being a quote unquote simp. And
Go ahead.
yeah.
So your comment is like it's two details. It's two stories you have here. First, you have the light and dark skin, and then you got the man being, I think you think insensitive. So, which one really bothers you the most? About does it bother you about the light skin, dark skin thing, or is it the fact that men are being insensitive?
Yeah, I think the topic that I brought up the light skin dark skin to bring up the context, but yeah, the simp term. I guess I wanted to talk about that.
Okay, well, you know, actually to hit on both of them, it's amazing about that. The light skin, dark skin, that has been going on. To be honest about it, and really being frank about it, I guess when they started what they call it, the house nigger, they would say, well, he's treated different, and he's in the house, and we out here in the fields, and usually it was a difference between the two, and you would say to yourself, what is that? How can it be a civil war when we all in this thing together? And that's basically what it turned out to be, and it still goes on today. Dark skinned people feel that light skinned people are inferior, and light skinned people feel dark skinned people are inferior. And it's funny about that. How can you have a civil war when you're both are black, but you hear it a lot, and it doesn't go unnoticed. It really doesn't, and it's probably going just as long as there's racism going on, we're going to have that thing going on, and people probably don't speak by as much. I can remember back, in the younger days of school bells ringing, I was dating someone, and the mama said, "Well, don't bring him back over here. He's too dark." Now, if you watching your TV or watching this on podcast, you look and say, "Well, wow, he's not that dark." Well, no, they said I was too dark for their daughter, and their daughter was darker than me. So it's always been that complex that we have thing going, and it's weird, and it's kind of sad because you would think we all in this thing together, and for her to go out and make a song about it, that sounds like it really is bothering you. I mean, it's really bothering you. So I don't know. I don't have an answer for that because I probably haven't thought about that. Like some things I think about a lot, but I didn't think about that as much. Probably because it's with our own people, and I just don't understand it. I mean, when you see a yellow person, and do they say, "Look at that nigga"? And if you see somebody dark, do you say, "Look at that black nigga"? I think that's how it goes, and it's really weird about that. If you see a yellow person, you don't go, "Look at that nigga, black nigga." You just say, "Look at that nigga," or "Look at that person." But when they would talk about a dark skinned person, they'll say in a minute, "Look at that black nigga." They make sure they put the black on there, and that just it just comes right out naturally. Why that is, I don't know. Far as the baby, them getting back together, things happen in relationships all the time. And one thing I will say this: when you with someone, and it's probably hard for them because of publicity they have going, don't talk about the person you're with. Don't run your mouth and say he's awful, he don't do this, and he's terrible. I mean, it's just you spit all that out, and then a year later, 2 years later, you still with him or get married to him. Everybody knows what you said. They're based it off like you said he wasn't nothing. You said he did this. You said he was a cheater. You said he abused you, but you still with him. The best thing to do is not, if you're going to talk to somebody, maybe find you one person who you can confide in, but to run around talking about it. Now, in their case, he didn't have a choice. He got out there, he put her out after she was 3 months pregnant. I don't know what happened, the particulars of it, but regardless of that, he took her back. How you could be I guess your point is, why would he kick her out while she was 3 months pregnant? I I I don't know. I can't get into that. The reason I say that is I don't know. I don't know if did he kick her out because he's thinking, well, and this not I can't even say that because I don't even want to put that there, but because I don't know, but I do know. I hear women say it's a lot, and they can't take it back. You can't put the toothpaste back in the tube. When you tell that father, well, you're not the daddy anyway, and they probably just saying it out of hurt, and they really don't mean it. But once you said it, once you said that, that's gonna be in his head forever. I mean, forever until you do a DNA. I don't care. He may raise the kid. He may do whatever, but he's gonna remember that time, specific times you told him, you're not the daddy anyway. So I'm not saying she said that. That's why I say I don't want to get off until why he put her out. I don't know. I can't. That's their business. But anything outside of that, it's hard for me to comment on that. I just, I don't know. And if I knew everything, I'm like, oh yeah, he definitely was wrong. He shouldn't have did that. But for me to make that comment, yeah, I don't know. I don't know. And and let's flip this. If she did tell him that, would you feel like that was okay? If she said, well, okay, it's not your baby anyway. And he said, all right, get out. I'm putting you out. Would you think he had the right to do that? Would you say, no, he still had no right to do that?
Well, I think if you are in somebody's house, you are running the risk of getting kicked out no matter who the person could be. Your mom, your dad. You're running the risk of it. Legally, it's not yours. So if someone's saying get out, then at that point you're trespassing. You have to leave. So whether he was wrong or not, that really doesn't matter, because I think Ganwei, she was wrong for putting herself in that position, putting her and her 3-month-old baby in that position, because you just never know what people are going to do. I don't know. I just never believed in thinking that people are going to stay the same, because you just never know. But yeah.
Well, you know what? I'm no expert at it. I never say I was the smartest guy. I just, try to go by a sense of feel. And Megan, hold on 1 second. Hold on.
Okay.
This is the Blackout Show. Who's speaking?
This is Candy.
Oh, Candy?
Yes.
Oh, and you calling from what side of town?
East side.
East side. Hey, before you go, before you comment, I just wanted Megan to hang around. Megan, can you hear Candy?
Yeah.
All right. She was discussing something. The reason I did is because, like I said, some things I think I need help on. And I'd like to know, did you hear what she was saying about what happened with Baby?
Yeah, but I don't have no comment on it. I don't know nothing about rappers and what they up to.
Right. Well, like I said, I tried to get a good feel of it. And, and when she said men are always basically calling out somebody for being insensitive. And it's really weird you said that, Megan, because I think these men are more sensitive than any men I've ever known. These men today, they will basically break down and cry right in front of you. And not that's not allowed to cry, but some things you just, hey man, hey, she broke up with you. You're 30, you're 25. You're not a teenager. Put your big man and take that, But no, I see them today, and it's funny when you said about a place to live. Most men today, young men. Man, they trying to get in the woman's house. So the woman is kicking them out like crazy. And just like you said, how can you put yourself in that type of predicament where, well, she's calling the shot. Well, whoever owns the house is calling the shot because they can put you out and say you trespassing. So why would you? And as a man, I just don't understand how you put yourself like that. Why wouldn't you always have your own? Now, if you want to go stay with her, that's fine. But you should have your own unless you're married. And then outside of that, I don't know how they do it. But They do it on a regular basis. It's hard to find a man with a job, car, and a home. All them things together. These young men. I ain't talking about stabilized. I'm talking about it's hard to find a man like that. And why? I have no idea. And so, what do you think about that, Ken? What do you think about the men? Is it hard to find a man today with a job, car, and house?
It's hard to find a man with a bicycle, let alone a car and a job. He might have a moped. He moving his way up. He went from a bike to a moped. He working on a car. It's hard to find one like that with car, home, and a good job.
Well, you know,
you batting 100 if you find one like that. But they sometimes they just ain't out there.
well, you know what, and that's how we feel about here. Megan, out in AZ, do you find that a man, job, and car easy, or is it hard out there?
Yeah, I think it's. Well, for context, I'm 25.
Yeah,
so
that's the age. That's the age I'm looking at.
Yeah, so if I'm looking for guys around my age, usually when the guys have a good job and either they're saving up for a house or they have a house and they have a car, they're usually already in a relationship. So yeah, I'd say it's pretty hard. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or they got the person, if they have all three, and they usually have a personality of a fruit fly. So you know what I mean? It might happen, but it's gonna be something wrong. They might be getting a crazy chick. You don't know. You know what I mean?
Well, it would seem to me that when you run to the guy that I don't know, he's making good money, got the job, got the house, the car, he's probably in high demand. It's like to me, he probably should have more than one woman, but that's just me. He's in high.
He probably will.
He's in high demand. Why would he just want to take one? I mean, everybody don't have this, so I'm sure everybody. And let's not forget the other thing. What if he's throwing down in the bedroom? What do you do? I mean, that's a high. That man is penthouse material.
Mhm.
Oh, you agree with
You
that?
can find one like that, like you say, but he ain't gonna be more than likely. He's not gonna be monogamous with you or faithful to you. He's gonna be out there.
Well, now, since I'm getting these women opinion. Well, what tells me this? If you see the guy, he's a good-looking guy. He's got a good job. He's got a car. He got all that, and he throws down the bedroom. Why do you guys? I'm just trying to learn something here. Why do you think you guys can hold him down? What makes you think I'm the one? I'm the one, the only one, and the one. Why wouldn't it be? Look, if I looked at somebody who looked like Beyonce and all them, I got to be thinking, oh man, she, when I go to work or when I'm doing something, go out, I got to be thinking, I hope she don't do it. Ain't nothing I can do about it, but I hope she don't do it. Would you think the same thing if you had a penthouse type of guy that, whoa, he's out there gonna do whatever?
Maybe somebody, youthful, maybe younger, but as an older person, I personally, woman has to be confident in herself. A man gonna do what a man gonna do. You can't stop him or nothing else. He gonna do what he gonna do. The only thing I would do personally, this is just how I am. I'm not gonna play detective. I'm not gonna be Inspector Gadget. I ain't gonna be chasing around, looking around, peeping around corners and bushes. I ain't gonna go through that. I did that back in my 20s. Not now, not at the age I'm at now. So whatever he do, he gonna do. He better be good at it though, because if I find out, I'm out. I'm gone.
Well, see, you can take that approach because you experience and you understand. Okay, this is me doing all this. But Megan, you 25. How do you feel about it? Wait a minute, is there somebody smoke detector out here in the background? These batteries?
I don't know. Not over here.
Okay. Well, all right. Well, go ahead. Because black people, we don't put batteries in the smoke detectors, but but anyway, we think that smoke detector gonna last forever. Beep beep.
Yeah.
It sounds like an alarm clock. But listen, so what at your age, man? How do you feel about it when you see somebody? Are you in a relationship right now?
Yeah. Yeah, I am.
All right. So how long you guys been dating?
How is dating? Is that what you asked?
No, how long have you guys been together?
8 months.
Okay, it feels pretty solid to you.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh yeah, you spoke confident about that. So I know he's got a job, he's got a car, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so basically, we were talking about he's a hot commodity. Seriously,
Uh,
what makes you think that you're the one?
well, I guess.
You stumbling now? Come on now, give me some reassurance here. Make me
No,
feel
I'm
good
trying
about
to.
this.
Well, the way that's just never a question I asked myself. Like I never asked like why is he with me? I never asked that because I don't know. I just thought if he's gotten to know me before we started dating. We're long distance, so we know. I guess we started talking, calling each other and whatever, and we started officially dating 2 months into us knowing each other and talking, right? So we made it official after 2 months. At that point, he knew that he wanted to be with me, so there was really no question. There was nothing in me that was saying like, oh, why does he want to be with me? Oh, he has a good job, he has a car. I guess it depends on the woman's her
Confidence,
confidence
her
in
confidence.
herself and
Hmm.
huh?
I know. You okay? Yeah, you said the confidence. Okay.
Yeah, so the woman's confidence and just her being sure that this man is gonna be fake. Like, does he show sign? And I guess I can say that because I've been in really bad relationships in the past, and because of that, now I can see. Okay, what are the signs? What are the red flags that this guy is? He's not an honest person. Because I don't know. I couldn't stand being with somebody because I have been cheated on before a lot. I mean, I've been cheated on with two other relationships, and so for me, it's just the character. If the guy's character is something that I identify as something healthy, as something good. I think he has a good heart. Then I don't really expect him to ever step out of the relationship or to lie or to do these things behind your back. Like, people make mistakes, I understand that, but I don't do the lying. That's what really gets to me. When people lie, that's when I leave for good. But yeah. I just never asked that question. I never asked myself, okay, why does he want to stay with me? Because I mean, that's for him to answer, not me.
Um, Same question to you. You well, see, you being experienced. You understand what she's saying?
Yeah, and I feel the same way. I don't ask myself why he with me.
Okay. Now hold on. Now you got some experience. When you was younger, you didn't say, "Well, wait a minute now." Take a step back again. When I was younger, I remember just looking at him, going, "Wow, this girl looks good," and I'm patting myself on the back, like, "Yeah, way to go, Chance." That's what I'm talking about. Getting all fired up, happy about what I done pulled in, but it's also telling me, and this is realistic. It could be anybody standing there beating themselves on the chest. So when they go out, Smile's gonna want the same thing, and I can't worry about it, but I also know that there's some out there, and just like she said, she was in a long distance relationship. I've never believed in a long distance relationship. I never. That just maybe because maybe I wasn't worth 2 cents, but I know I didn't believe in it. I'm like, oh Lord, no, I know how I am. So a long distance, oh Lord, No way. And I give you credit for that. And at least you reeled him in, and everything's going good for you guys. Um, nah, I don't know. Nah, that's a lot for me. It's just me speaking. Um, but I was just curious about when y'all see something, and I always thought a woman thinks, well, when I get with him, he's mine. And I said, wow, they don't think, wow, this guy, driving a hot car, got a good job, looking good, throwing down the bedroom. You don't think, you don't think somebody's like, man, I want him, and he gonna be doing other things, or he's always done other things. What about the guy off the record, and you see him and you heard he's a hoe, but you date him anyway? Would you date a guy who said, "Oh, I'm not like that no more, but I was a hoe"? Would you date him?
Except for
Are
Yeah.
you asking me or Candy?
Either one of you, whoever wants that. Yeah, the guy you've heard stories, but when you talk to him, he's a real nice guy, and he says, "Hey, I don't, that's how I used to be, but I don't do it no more." But everybody like, "Oh man, he done been with, oh God," and he looks like it. He's looking the role, playing the role. Do you still get with him, or do you go, I'm gonna leave that one alone?
as for me, for Candy, I'm older
Right.
now. Back in the day, yeah, I would date said hoe. Yes, I would, but I already know, what's the deal. You know what I
No,
mean?
wait a
I
minute.
mean,
But you can't control emotions now.
well, I can. I
Oh,
dated
really?
a couple of hoes. I would say, but I already knew. Okay, it's what it is. It's not. This ain't. You know what I mean?
It ain't
Unless
going.
we know
It's not going nowhere.
right. I mean, we was just friends. Friends with benefits back then. Back in the day, they ain't call it that. But
Right.
I mean, he could do what he want to do, and I could too. I mean, we just was real cool or whatever. And he was a good, guy to kind of, a friend. That's all. But what I'm saying, I didn't take it no more than that. Now, if he wanted to make it more than that, then he'd have to show me more. You know what I mean?
Uh,
I wouldn't back in the day, brush him off if
well,
he was
see,
old because
well,
it is what it is.
well. Now, you because you older, you talk with confidence. But I do know when you're younger, that's a lot to say you could be that confident. You're confident now because you done all the tricks in the book. You've been around the block. You can figure things out. I get it. But when you were young and you say you would date a hoe, and I mean, the emotions running, the sex is good. I mean, how do you control all that and say, well, you know what? Just I only want to see you so and so. Although I'm climbing on top of the roof when you leave here, it's so good. I'm scaling up and down the walls, but I'm just gonna control this. That's a lot, and that's what happens to men when they hit a girl that's a hoe. They know she's a hoe, but but she is so good. They like, oh my God, she a hoe. What am I supposed to do with this? And before you know it, guess what? I do. You see him up there in front of the.
Oh, I be
They
in
said
there,
I do. I'll be with.
so
I'm gonna be with her the rest of my life. Like, but he married a hoe.
they
Oh,
do it
they
every day.
they
I
knew
was
it.
gonna call in with that same question, like why do men, get a good woman and then turn around and cheat with
A
a
hoe.
booger wolf who got the
Oh,
mindset of she got a demeaning job, ain't barely graduated from high school, she struggled. They got a smart woman at home with a good job and look good, but they'll go out and get a booger
okay.
wolf.
Well, that comes to two things. It, in the other era, how they look was highly important. Today, I'm not gonna say the looks is that important. I don't think that's on the top of their top of the board anymore. But I'm sure that bedroom. Now, this is what probably everybody don't understand. They think, well, I'm good in the bedroom. Yeah, but there's always somebody better somewhere. Now, whether they hooked up with them or not, I don't know. But that bedroom, you ask the guy, and if he's been with 20, just like the woman, just like you, no different. If you've been with 20 guys, I bet you it's three, four tops. The rest of them, 5 and 6 was okay. The rest of them, you shoot them up, line 'em against the wall, and shoot them down. But there was four probably that like, oh my God, out of that 20. Now, that's a big number to me, 20. But we talking 4 or 5, a fourth of how many was good and how many of the other ones just so-so, and the rest need to be ran over by a truck. So the same thing applies to a man when he runs into the woman in the bedroom, and he knows who's making his toes curl, and he's counting them. Yeah, she good. This one good, but this one, oh my God, oh my. Man, I will cuss my mama. I will cuss my mama out if she mess with me. Excuse me.
I said, now if she was that good, then he'll be talking about, okay, I got to marry her and I got to wrangle her.
Yeah. He
with somebody else.
He
gonna try to marry her before she get with somebody else.
Yeah.
So you know what I mean. So he's gonna try to hurry up and settle her down if that's the case.
Well, yeah, so, he ain't gonna push her out of that bed. No, he not gonna kick her out of that bedroom. No, because he's been turned out, and we all go through that. We all meet somebody that turns us out. Now, whether you with them or not, but you ain't dumping them. They basically have to dump themselves. You didn't dump them, and you have to fight. I imagine it's like a crack thing. When you on crack. I haven't been on it, but I know you fighting it, and you're like, man, they ain't no good, man. And you saying to having these talks with yourself like you crazy, but you pick that phone up and call them, and if they call, you're ready, and they ain't nothing. You're like, man, they ain't nothing, but the way they touch you and what they do for you, everybody don't do that. They just and it don't even necessarily mean you love them. You get love confused because this is confusing. That's why I said, how do you control emotions when, in that room, everybody ain't making you feel like that? How do you control that?
Because he's not with you 24/7.
Yeah, but
the feelings gonna wear off, especially if you know what the deal is. Like, you might be like, oh my goodness, because me myself, I have fallen prey. Well, I ain't gonna say I didn't fall for him, but I mean,
ow,
he did no good. One day I went out and signed him a car, but it wore off.
I'm sorry. You bought him a car.
I went out and signed for him a car, and then I was like, wait a minute, it wore off.
Weird.
I called it.
After he missed the payments.
No, like the next day, I was like, okay, you know what? You done lost your mind. Go ahead on. I just never went. Like I got the car for him, I signed, but I didn't go pick it up. You see what I'm saying? So therefore, they couldn't do anything. He put money down on the car, and I signed for it, but the car was in my name. But guess what? I never went back and got it. So, you know what I'm saying? I dodged the bullet on that, but
right.
It has happened. Sometimes, hey, it happens. Like, right. You be like, okay, you know what? I'll buy him a, whatever.
Now when did this happen? Last week?
You know what I'm saying? Everybody had their weak moments, but I never picked the car up. So I was like, you know what? I said, I had a moment of weakness. But right. I never developed feelings for him. This was the hoe that I was talking about.
Well, but he did. But he made sure you didn't. So give him credit for that. When it's like that, give him credit for that because he didn't want you to have all them feelings. He wants you to have that other feeling. Now, if he really was a real negative monster, he'd took you all the way over the cliff and dropped you. But give him credit for walking you up to the cliff and not pushing you. By that means, he would have hid his feelings and made you like, oh, yeah, I'm feeling him now. I'm feeling him. And before you know it, you'd have been off the cliff. But give him credit for just walking you to the cliff. Apparently, you was ready to go over, but give him credit for not pushing you over.
No, I'm telling you, I still wasn't crow. Because like I said, he's not with you 24 hours a day. And a lot of times, during the day, a woman ain't got, what I'm saying? If he ain't there, and it wears off. Whatever he had going on in the bedroom the day before, 2 days ago, that done wore off. Okay.
Yeah.
So
well, but that's when if he was trying to push you over that cliff, I'm taking you out to lunch. I'm gonna send you some flowers. I'm gonna push you over that cliff. Give him. I'm telling you, he. I know you think it was you, but he did not check all the boxes. He checked enough boxes to get that car, but he didn't check enough boxes to say, "Oh, I'm marrying this nigga." No, that's why I'm marrying. He didn't do that. And I know you think it's you, but when your emotions are gone, Megan, listen, I know you've been on hold, been here listening to me talk to Candy. You got anything that you need to say that we touched on enough points for you?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you did.
You good?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You know, and appreciate you calling in the show. Now, what college did you go to?
I went to the University of Arizona.
Oh, very good, very good, very good. See, me, I ain't barely out of high school. You can pick that up quickly. You, I said, oh yeah, she been to college, and that's a good thing. So, bravo for you. Excellent job, well done. Don't be a stranger. Make sure you call back in.
All right. Thank you.
No,
Thank
you
you.
sure have a
Enjoy.
blessed night. Thank you.
You too as
Bye.
well. Bye, Candy.
Bye.
Call that number. What I'm gonna say? Oh yeah, Candy. Yeah, you got any other comments? Um, or did we solve that? Why a man wants to marry a hoe?
Well, no, you kind of you touched on it. You said maybe she better.
They better.
Maybe her sex is
They
better than another
yeah,
person.
yeah. And listen, they're good in the bedroom because everybody thinks, well, I just go in the bedroom and hook him up and I'll do this and do that. But maybe the chemistry still ain't good. Maybe the chemistry ain't. It just ain't there. I mean, you try, and everything's done, but it just ain't there. You know, when you're done with all that in the bedroom, and you still want to hold each other or just lay in the bed. That's different chemistry, opposed to it was good, but I'm out of here. Uh, or make sure you're on your side of the bed. But when you're done and you still want to hold and touch each other, that's different chemistry, and that can come from anybody. So, and another thing, with that being said, a hoe, reason a hoe is good, like they say anything, practice makes what? Perfect. Well, if I'm out here hoeing, I'm gonna learn my craft. I'm not gonna be a virgin in that bedroom. I know my way around here. So I think all that's important. So and everybody like that. Well, no, I've done some things. I've done some tricks, but everybody, like I said again, don't have the same chemistry. I've heard guys go, well, what did she do to you? Well, she did this and that. Oh, I want her. But that don't mean she gonna do it to you. What makes you think? Because growing up, they would say, well, that girl, she did the whole football team. I'm gonna get her. Maybe not. Because she did the football team don't mean she gonna do you. And that they take that personal. I mean, she screwed the whole football team. Why she won't screw me? She don't want to screw you. That's just the bottom line. She don't. So, and they think she's a freak. They don't mean she's gonna be a freak with you. So, but yeah, why did they marry them hoes? It's probably good chemistry. She's a hoe in the bedroom and she's doing a good job. She ain't worth 2 cents. She ain't worth 2 cents. And listen, he knows she ain't worth. It's crazy. He knows.
That's what I want to know. Do the man know that?
Yeah, he know. Yeah, man, he knows she ain't worth nothing. The thing about a man, whenever he can get it, he is he's overwhelmed, and that's why I said this has always been a man's weakness. It's funny about that. I mean, what do you do? And sometimes it calls you, and you look and you say, "Why are you over here? You can't help yourself. You can't help yourself." And our little wee wee, it don't stand attention for everybody. That's another thing. At some point, it stands attention for maybe the hoe. Maybe the hoe. As soon as you say the whole name, oh, he's ready. He's like, wait a minute, man. The hoe is 100 miles from here. But you mentioned her name. He's thinking, oh, man, I remember her. I remember her real good. And he's ready. But somebody else, no. So that's why they end up with the hoe. And they get what they deserve because the hoe ain't going to stop being a hoe. So she ain't going to, when they run to the strip club and throw the money at them and then marry them and then say, well, I'm going to be with her and she changed. Why would she change? That's what she was a hoe when you met her. So, that's what she did. I got it. I got it. Man, she took her clothes off, they say, to go to school. She took her clothes off because the water was off. I got it. But you also got to say to yourself, how many people will go up there and do that? Everybody's not going to go up there and take their clothes off. It takes a little more boldness and brashness to do that. And yeah, there are some stories. There are some stories where you had to do that. But that that tells me, well, they ain't got no problem taking their clothes off. So, and there ain't no version, you know. So, why wouldn't she keep on doing what she been doing? So, I don't know. You know, man, we crazy like that. When we can get it in, we want to get it in.
What you say? Don't matter if she's doing the whole football team.
Don't matter. Don't matter. Like I said, back in the day, I had a friend call me up. He's like, "Yeah, we going to his house, man. It's like 6 of them." And they, you know, this is when I think herpes was out. And he was like, "Yeah, let's go over there." And they, you know, they wanted. I'm like, "Man, I'm not going over. You know, man. Listen, I don't want nobody. I don't want the dog in the room when we doing it. So I know I'm not going there with those 6 people and get in line and do it. So, you know, they were 6 of them. They lined up and go over there. And I said, "Man, y'all worried about what?" "Oh man, she fine." Like a month later, they went over there. They said, "Man, we went over there. Her thing was swole up big as his head." I'm like, "Huh?" He said her thing was swole as big as my head. She was sitting on the steps, and we were looking at it. I'm like, "What you think there?" She lied. She had herpes, so she lied. But y'all were allowed to go over there anyway. And, you know, it's funny. I think y'all give men too much credit. It's only 20% of them really getting it. The rest of them pretty much baggers and trying to get in. The other 20%, yeah, they screwing. They getting it in. They got more than their share. They taking up the other 80 or 75%. They ain't getting their share. But y'all think it's all of us, and it ain't all of us. It ain't. It's not. Everybody's not getting it. No, everybody's not getting some. No. They play that role now. But if you know what's that code? They get your card, they punch a little hole in it, and they hand the card back to you. If you pull out their card, they ain't got any holes in it. Ain't nobody stamp. But they carry it around like, "Oh, yeah, please," and tell you a story like they done had 100 chicks. They look like and play the part. You know, we used to go to the club. What is it? 70 guys in the club. 50 were holding the walls up. You know, making sure the wall didn't fall down. And they didn't move off the wall. And that's just didn't say nothing. Dressed up, holding that wall up like, no, it ain't going nowhere. I'll make sure of that. And you would think, well, they don't even get involved. They just here. Then when they leave the club, lie. "Oh yeah, that chick came over." You didn't talk to nobody. What chick came over? Who? "I got a number." How'd you get a number? But then it ain't changed. Everybody lies about getting it and how much. Everybody, all men are players, and everybody ain't getting it. No, they not. No. All
So they
right.
all be lying, huh?
Man, I'm telling you, but women think no. And then what's crazy is because he want to live up to that standard. He wants to live up to that standard. He give us somebody. "Oh yeah, I'm gonna give me another one." No, he way over his head. You should just keep the one and be quiet. But you want to act like you a player and can't do that. And then you get caught, and then you're sad, and then you're kissing her butt trying to get her back. When you should just be who you was all along. Man, I'm good. I ain't trying to get nobody else. Just be who you are. You know, but trying to play that role, yeah, I got one over here. Man, you ain't got nothing. Stop that line. You ain't gone. Gone. I done seen them. And some of the biggest baggers you've ever... I don't want to talk about it. Let me leave that alone. But anyway, let me get it, Ken. I appreciate you calling in. Don't be a stranger. Appreciate your comments. And you make sure you have a blissful night.
Okay, you too. Thank you.
All
Have
right.
a good one.
You too. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Did we got any more callers, or is that it for the night? Okay. They did? Yeah. Don't worry about that. There's 2 or 3. Don't worry about it. I think we've done enough for the night. Appreciate the calls we had. Time went by. It was only supposed to be a half an hour. Hope something came out as good for you one way or the other. Appreciate you listening to the show. I always appreciate your comments. Next show will be live Saturday night, and I'll be reading comments and hopefully taking calls. Until then, let's everybody be safe. Have a good night. This OG rounding third and heading for home. Good night, everybody. No more.